So you might be thinking about something to eat tonight, and what we thought about was the infamous seafood boil. If you saw our last video from Miss What You Want, it's a scenario where we did some blue Mexican jumbo shrimp, and we also put together a nice Japanese A5 steak. Tonight, no beef. We're all seafood, so we're gonna get our pot started. Got to get ourselves some hot water here, so make sure you get yourself some. I'd say just go right about to that line if you have one of those pots with the line. Also, get yourself some Old Bay seasoning. This right here is a garlic and wine combination with a little dried lemon inside, so it has some other herbs in there as well. And then this is a special mixture. I won't tell you what that one is, but the whole key to it is get your flavors together. Get that pot ready because we're going to start adding things in slowly but surely. Right now, we're going to make our way to these onions. Start dropping those guys in there. And we're going to start bringing out some of this flavor with just the onions and the lemons. So let's start putting our lemons on in. We're not ready for the seasonings, all of them just yet. I'm going to start adding one batch of seasoning. So my first treat goes in. We'll let that kind of hang out for a few moments. We'll come back over. We'll start adding the Old Bay and the special garlic and wine. And we'll see you guys in a couple of moments. Alright, so it's been about 5-10 minutes. And we're coming back around, right? So we're thinking about, what about these guys? These guys ain't jumping into the pot. I think it's time to start getting them in. Our pot is nice and steamy. So let's see if we can start adding in some of this other goodness. Get that spread out in there. Oh yeah. Let's also start adding a little bit of our special garlic seasoning here. And the whole thought behind this is to get it to a point where it can actually simmer inside of the mix. So as long as you got something to stir with, you'll be fine. Get that stirring. And we're ready for the next spot. Yeah. Now we get to talk about the stuff that everybody wants to talk about. What's going in this seafood boil, right? Well, I like it. I like everything that's on this platter. If you don't know about the red king crabs, I suggest you get acquainted. Red king crabs, probably one of the best in the business. If you've ever tasted maybe golden king crabs, very similar but a lot more flavor. Of course, we love these seasonal shrimps, right? They jumbo, they're massive, they're blue Mexican. We like them. We got those going assorted. Bring us over to some of those kibasas. We talked about those before, but we're going to bring those to the seafood boil, of course, in our corn and potatoes. We're going to start adding these little items by the cook time. Normally, potatoes are going to cook a little bit longer than anything else, so we're going to make sure we got those potatoes in first. We'll follow up with those sausages and corn, come back with the crabs, and then finalize out with the shrimp. So let's go ahead and start adding some of this to our lovely mixture. That pot is hot. You don't want to stick your face in there. That right there is going to burn you. So let's start adding some of these potatoes. Just drop them on in. Don't be shy. These guys are going to sit in their fire. They're going to take the longest to get tender. We'll let these guys do what they're going to do. And we'll put the lid on them. we'll come back to this in just a moment. All right, so we made it back. We did talk about our seasonings at first. We got that in the pot brewing for a moment. Started to add our items. Remember, I started with the potatoes first. They take the longest usually. Then we came back with the rest of the ingredients. Started adding in that sausage, corn. Started adding in the crabs and the shrimp. So now we're at this final stage, and we got some of that broth that we used. We mixed that with a little bit of butter and lemon, and we're just gonna kind of drizzle that over the top here. We're gonna get that all coated real nice. Doesn't take long for this scenario. Of course, with any type of seafood boil, you can use pretty much any seafood you like, lobsters, clams, whatever you want to add in there. And now we're going to top it off with a little bit of garnish. And I don't know about you, but that's ready. It's what you want.